Today, we're stepping back in time to explore 10 genius grandma home tips that we've all somehow forgotten. Get ready for some clever shortcuts that will simplify your cleaning routine, transform your cooking, and help you stretch every household item way further than you ever thought possible. If you love old school hacks with a modern twist, stick around, because these timeless secrets might just become your new go-to solutions. Number 1. Baking soda makeover. Baking soda often seems unassuming, but Grandma treated it like a secret weapon for countless chores. Recent household blogs confirm that it's amazing for scrubbing kitchen surfaces without damaging them, thanks to its mild abrasiveness. A simple paste of baking soda and water can tackle burnt-on food in pots, discolored grout between tiles, and stubborn stains in the oven. Some people mention mixing it with a drop of dish soap to remove grease from stovetops or stainless steel pans, making it an easy alternative to expensive chemical cleaners. The best part is that it's cost-effective and usually sitting in your pantry already. If unpleasant smells build up in your fridge or your closet, an open box or small bowl of baking soda can neutralize those odors without covering them up with artificial fragrances. Experts in sustainable living suggest sprinkling a bit of baking soda on carpets before vacuuming, which helps refresh the fibers and reduce lingering smells. Even when you're dealing with sweaty gym clothes, adding a spoonful of baking soda to the wash cycle can help tackle the stink. These everyday uses align perfectly with modern eco-friendly trends, yet they all trace back to Grandma's simple approach. Use what you have, keep it natural, and let the product's natural properties do the heavy lifting. Number 2, vinegar versus tough buildup. Grandma's go-to for cutting through grime and mineral deposits was plain white vinegar, and it turns out science is on her side. The acetic acid in vinegar dissolves limescale on faucets, shower heads, and even inside electric kettles. Popular household columns recommend warming the vinegar slightly before soaking a cloth in it and wrapping that cloth around faucets or taps, letting the acid break down the deposits for about an hour. Rinse everything off, and you're often left with surfaces that look shiny and new. Vinegar works great in the laundry room as well. Just pour a small cup into the rinse cycle to soften clothes and help neutralize odors. Multiple cleaning experts also suggest mixing equal parts vinegar and water in a spray bottle for a general all-purpose cleaner. But remember not to use it on porous surfaces like marble or certain hardwood floors, because the acid might damage them. Plenty of green cleaning advocates love the fact that vinegar is biodegradable and doesn't release harsh chemical fumes into the air. Some even add a few drops of essential oil to offset the strong smell. From a budget perspective, you can grab a gallon jug at the store for a fraction of the cost of specialized cleaning products, making vinegar an economic lifesaver for adult households where spills and messes happen constantly. Number 3, salt for instant stain control. We've all knocked over a glass of red wine at the worst possible moment, but Grandma had an instant response: salt. Piling a generous layer of salt on the fresh stain helps soak up the liquid before it sets into the fabric. A lot of professional cleaners endorse this approach, saying that after letting the salt do its thing, you can blot carefully with a damp cloth to remove most of the color. The same trick can work for coffee, berry juices, or even cooking oil. For grease, let the salt absorb the excess oil, then gently scrape it off or vacuum it before washing. According to recent articles, combining salt and a little lemon juice can help fade rust stains on clothing or on certain tiles. Some folks mention that if you add a bit of warm water to make a paste, you can scrub away perspiration marks from underarm areas on white shirts. While modern stain removers have their place, salt is affordable, widely available, and doesn't require special storage or safety precautions. People who frequently host get-togethers swear by keeping a small bowl of salt on standby for quick action, which keeps a minor spill from ruining an entire evening. Grandma's method still stands strong in a world filled with fancy detergents, proving that sometimes the simplest approach can be the most effective. Number 4, lemons for a natural sparkle. Lemons do more than just flavor your iced tea. Grandma used lemon juice for everything from whitening linens to making her kitchen smell fantastic. Recent eco-conscious blogs highlight how the citric acid in lemons helps break down mild stains on clothing, especially when combined with a bit of sunshine. Soaking white cotton tees in hot water mixed with lemon juice often refreshes them without the harshness of bleach, although you may need additional treatments for deeply set stains. Lemons also come in handy for tackling tarnish on copper or brass items. Just rub the cut side of a lemon over the surface, sometimes with a little salt to boost the scrubbing power. Wipe it clean, and tarnish fades away. In the kitchen, you can microwave a bowl of water with lemon slices for a minute or two to loosen dried-on food splatters and leave the interior smelling fresher. Some folks rub half a lemon over cutting boards to eliminate bacteria and odor from onions, garlic, or raw meats, then rinse thoroughly with warm water. It's a quick fix that doesn't rely on chemicals. If you happen to have a garbage disposal, tossing in a few rinds and running it briefly sends a burst of citrusy freshness through the kitchen. Just be sure to avoid large chunks that might jam the disposal. Lemons are relatively cheap, environmentally friendly, and they pack a refreshing scent you can't get from most commercial cleaners. Another testament to Grandma's timeless resourcefulness. Number 5, old newspapers for streak-free glass. Back in the day, Grandma didn't need fancy microfiber cloths or single-use paper towels to make her windows sparkle. She'd reach for a stack of old newspapers. Current cleaning forums confirm the paper and ink create a polishing effect that leaves glass surfaces almost completely streak-free. All you need is a simple window cleaning solution. Some people use a mix of water, vinegar, and maybe a drop of dish soap. Spray it on the window, wipe with a cloth, then do a final polish with crumpled up newspaper. The result is so impressive that many professional cleaners still swear by this method. Beyond windows, it can be used on mirrors and glass top tables too. Another hidden benefit is that newspaper can soak up spills in the fridge or even line a produce drawer to extend the shelf life of certain fruits and vegetables by absorbing moisture. A few modern homesteading sites say that if you shred newspapers, you can use them as mulch or compost material in the garden, adding an extra layer of weed protection. While it's true that physical newspapers aren't as common these days, free local papers, junk mail ads, or even outdated flyers can stand in just fine. It's a clever way to cut down on waste while keeping your home sparkling, all thanks to a simple tip you may have seen your grandparents practice without a second thought. Number 6, coffee grounds for repelling critters. Many of us simply discard the grounds after brewing our morning coffee, but Grandma would stash them for later. She recognized coffee grounds as a mild deterrent for garden pests like slugs and snails. Gardening experts and green thumb bloggers say that while it's not a foolproof solution, sprinkling coffee grounds around your plants can help create a barrier some pests avoid. Since they're rich in nitrogen, used coffee grounds are also an excellent addition to the compost bin. Combining them with kitchen scraps and yard waste jumpstarts the decomposition process, ultimately giving you a nutrient-rich soil additive. Indoor plant lovers sometimes mix a small amount of coffee grounds into potting soil for a slow-release fertilizer effect, though they caution against overdoing it, as too much acidity can harm certain plant varieties. Another lesser-known tip is using coffee grounds to reduce odors. Some people keep a small bowl in the fridge to neutralize strong smells, while others rub used grounds on their hands after handling fish or garlic to eliminate lingering scents. The grit also acts as a gentle exfoliator, turning a handful of coffee grounds mixed with coconut oil into a budget-friendly body scrub. From improving your garden's health to upgrading your self-care routine, it's clear why Grandma's coffee grounds trick still resonates with those looking for practical, eco-conscious solutions. Number 7, chalk for damp spaces. Chalk might remind you of school days, but Grandma found a use for it around the house too, absorbing extra moisture in damp spaces. Modern climate control articles explain that chalk can indeed help remove small amounts of humidity, though it's not a replacement for a full dehumidifier in very humid areas. People sometimes hang bundles of chalk in closets, basements, or other enclosed spots to prevent mildew or musty smells. The chalk soaks up minor moisture, helping preserve clothing, shoes, or important documents stored in boxes. If you're dealing with a mild dampness issue, it can be a low-cost way to keep things fresher. Some folks also claim that placing chalk in the kitchen can discourage pests like ants, though scientific backing on that is mixed. Still, adult homeowners who want a quick, unobtrusive method appreciate that chalk sticks are super cheap and can be replaced easily when they get saturated. Grandma might also have suggested using chalk to keep silverware tarnish-free by tossing a few sticks into the cutlery drawer, since chalk absorbs sulfur compounds that speed up tarnish. While not everyone can get their hands on old-fashioned chalk these days, craft stores and educational supply shops still carry it. It's a small, out-of-the-box trick that further illustrates how Grandma often took everyday items and found unconventional but genuinely useful applications for them. Number 8, rice for handy fixes. We usually think of rice as a staple food, but Grandma also used it for several quick household fixes. One modern hack that parallels her methods is drying out wet electronics. If you drop your phone or a small electronic device in water, many people say burying it in a container of uncooked rice overnight can help draw out moisture. While some tech experts now suggest using specialized desiccant packs, rice is often what people have on hand in an emergency. Grandma also used rice to clean inside narrow-necked bottles or vases. By pouring a bit of rice, warm water, and dish soap into the vessel, then shaking or swirling, you can dislodge grime that's out of reach for a standard bottle brush. This method appears on several 5 minutes craft-style videos, showing that a small handful of raw grains can scrape away residue without scratching delicate surfaces. Some folks even create homemade heating pads by filling a sock with rice and tying it off before microwaving it for about a minute, giving you a quick muscle relief option that molds to your body. Whether you're trying to salvage your smartphone or just want a simple scrubbing aid, rice proves itself a multi-purpose champion in ways that reflect Grandma's knack for practical, low-cost solutions. Number 9. Potato peels for shine. Potatoes might not strike you as a cleaning resource, but Grandma used potato peels to restore the shine on certain surfaces. Current housekeeping blogs confirm that the natural starches in potato peels can help polish tarnished silver or remove rust from cast iron pans. Rubbing the peel on the surface provides a mild, abrasive quality, and the starch can actually dislodge some oxidation. After rubbing, a thorough rinse and dry is important to prevent any residue. Another spin on this hack involves boiling potato peels in a pot of water, then using that starchy liquid to soak silverware or small silver items. While it's not as powerful as commercial silver polish, the method is gentle, non-toxic, and basically free, since you were probably discarding those peels anyway. Some adventurous chefs even incorporate leftover potato water into bread dough or gravy, but from a cleaning standpoint, it's an eco-friendly trick that saves money and time. These days, it pops up on short-form video platforms, typically under unexpected cleaning hacks, reminding us that nearly anything in the kitchen can be repurposed. Like many of Grandma's tips, this one is all about using every resource at your disposal before reaching for a store-bought product. Number 10. Petroleum jelly for tiny repairs. Petroleum jelly isn't just for chapped lips. Grandma relied on it for an array of small household fixes. One of the most common examples is preventing squeaky hinges. A dab of petroleum jelly on the hinge pin can reduce friction and help the door glide smoothly. Unlike some sprays, it doesn't drip everywhere or have a strong chemical odor, making it more suitable for quick indoor fixes. Online DIY communities mention that you can also apply a thin layer to the threads of light bulbs before screwing them in, making it easier to remove them later. Some people use it to protect battery terminals in cars or to keep metal tools from rusting in damp basements, though you might want to store those tools in a sealed container to avoid dust sticking to the jelly. Another angle is using petroleum jelly to polish the rubber seals around your refrigerator or to lubricate drawer slides that have become stiff over time. A small jar can last you months or years, even if you occasionally use it for personal care. It's a cheap, versatile product that once again proves Grandma's resourcefulness. While it doesn't fix every issue, it handles those small, everyday annoyances that can build up when you live a busy adult life. By adopting these hacks, you keep your space running smoothly without blowing your budget on specialty items, perfectly echoing Grandma's timeless philosophy of making do with what you have whenever possible.